neighbor, Professor Tomo Ojenda, who has now officially rejoined the ODM party.
Next order.
Order number 8, motion, consideration of the report of the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget on the 2025 Budget Policy Statement.
The Chairperson, Standing Committee on Budget, on Finance and Budget.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I beg to move that the Senate adopts the report on the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget on the 2025 Budget Policy Statement laid on the table of this Senate on Wednesday, the 12th of March 2025, and pursuant to Section 25(7) of Public Finance Management Act and Standing Order number 187(7) of the Senate. Senate approves the 2025 Budget Policy Statement. Mr. Speaker, Section 25(2) of the Budget of Public Finance Management Act, Cap 412A, provides that the National Treasury shall submit to Parliament the Budget Policy Statement on or before the 15th of each year. Mr. Speaker, pursuant to these provisions, the National Treasury and Economic Planning submitted the Budget Policy Statement to Parliament on the 13th of February 2025. Subsequently, the 2025 Budget Policy Statement was tabled in the Senate at its plenary sitting held on the 13th of February 2025 and thereafter committed to this committee for processing. Mr. Speaker, the Budget Policy Statement is a government policy document that sets out broad strategic priorities of government and how to fund them, including borrowing. Mr. Speaker, the Budget Policy Statement ordinarily contains an assessment of current state of affairs of the economy, including the macroeconomic forecast, as well as priorities of the government in terms of the current pillars of growth and strategic directions. It also includes the financial outlook concerning government revenues, expenditures, as well as also a borrowing framework to finance the budget over the next financial year and over the medium term. Mr. Speaker, it also includes the proposed expenditure limits for the national government, including Parliament and Judiciary, as well as the shareable revenue indicative for county governments. It also includes the fiscal responsibility principles and objectives over the medium term, including limits on the total debt. Mr. Speaker, sir, the committee engaged with various stakeholders, and among them, the Commission on Revenue Allocation, Council of Governors, Institute of Certified Public Accountants, the Budgetary Hub, the County Assemblies Forum, the Institute of Public Finance, HENET, the Institute of Economic Affairs, Okoa Uchumi, and we engage with 13 constitutional commissions and independent office and 2 independent officers. And members of the public, Mr. Kelvin Ronyo, Mr. Peter Njoroge, and Mr. Eliud Matindi have also submitted their memorandum to the committee. Mr. Speaker, sir, the theme of 2025 Budget Policy Statement is consolidating gains under the bottoms-up economic transformation agenda for inclusive green growth. The Budget Policy Statement envisions the global economic growth. It envisioned the economic growth, global economic growth, to be at 3.2% in 2024, and it projected a 3.3% growth for 2025 and 2026. The economic growth in developing economies like ours, it was projected to stabilize at 4.2. And I'm happy to report that ours is stabilized at 4.6 in the preceding year. Supported by technological advancement and growing consumer base and infrastructure development. Mr. Speaker, sir, the National Treasury projected initially the economic growth for 2024-2025 at 5.6, but the actual performance declined to 4.6 for that projection. And the budget policy statement projects that in the coming year, 2025-2026, 2026-2027, the economy to grow at 5.3% in both those 2 years. This growth is expected improvement from 4.6 is attributed to expected agricultural performance favorable in the current financial year to continue in the coming financial year, supported by also government policies such as subsidized fertilizer and also a stabilization of our currency. Mr. Speaker, sir, the budget policy statement indicates that inflation has gone down and remained within the 5% target band since 2024. It was primarily driven by substantial drops in energy prices across, which is global, and ongoing moderation of food prices. And the food prices have also stabilized. Mr. Speaker, sir, key contributors to the decline overall inflation are consistent negative growth in fuel and food prices in the country between January 2024 and January 2025, especially due to currency appreciation of the Kenya shillings, which now stands at about 128.5 to the dollar. Mr. Speaker, sir, under the revenue outlook, the projected total revenue collection for financial year 2025-2026 is Kenya shillings 3,385.8 billion, which is about 17.6% share of the GDP. Mr. Speaker, this represents an improvement of 11%, which translates to 325.8 billion. Relative to this projection of Kenya shillings 3,060 billion for financial year 2024, the projections the outlook looks a lot better. The government expects to collect 2,825 billion as ordinary revenue and 550.7 billion from ministries in form of appropriation in aid. Mr. Speaker, sir, the first half of 2024-2025, the performance of our economy has been that total revenue performance fell short of target by 107.7 billion from the projected 1,442.3 billion. As at December 2024, which with a collection that was realized of 1,334.7 billion. This was majorly occasioned by the underperformance of the ordinary revenue to the tune of about 93.3 billion. Mr. Speaker, sir, the 2025 budget policy statement proposes several initiatives to improve revenue collection, which include the operationalization of national tax policy and the medium-term revenue strategy 2025-2026 to 2026-2027. Mr. Speaker, sir, the proposed overall budget for the financial year 2025-2026 is projected to be at 4,336.1 billion, which is 9.8%, translating to 387.7 billion, above the approved expenditures in Supplementary Estimate 1 for financial year 2024-2025. The main drivers of the increase in the proposed expenditure, Mr. Speaker, are the national government ministerial expenditure, which is set to increase by 11%, which translates to 261.6 billion. Increased expenditures under consolidated fund, CFS, of 131 billion, and the projected fiscal deficit for financial year 2025-2026 at 831 billion, which stands at 4.3% of the GDP from the actual borrowing for financial year 2023-2024, which was 880.5 billion. Mr. Speaker, sir, the shareable revenue, ordinary revenues, is expected to grow from the projection of 2,575.9 billion at the end of financial year 2024-2025 to 2,835 billion in the financial year 2025-2026. Out of this, the budget policy statement proposes to allocate 405.1 billion to county shareable revenue, which is equivalent to 14% of the shareable revenue, translating to about 17 billion increase from the current 387.4 billion allocated in financial year 2024-2025. Mr. Speaker, sir, the government proposes an additional allocation to county government to the tune of 69.8 billion in the financial year 2025-2026 as additional revenues to county government. The additional resources are conditional grant translating to 12.89, which is directly by the national government, and proceeds from loans and grants from development partners translating to 56.91 billion. Mr. Speaker, sir, in the financial year 2025-2026, the government proposes to allocate 10.5 billion to equalization fund, out of which 7.8 billion is the 0.5% constitutional requirement and 2.7 billion as contributions towards arrears of equalization fund, which has never literally worked, and the arrears now stand at almost 39 billion. Mr. Speaker, the fiscal risk relating to county government also has been indicated in the budget policy statement. From a projection of 80.9 billion of ONSA's revenue collection, the county government for financial year 2023-2024 only managed to collect 58.9 billion, which is which indicates a revenue shortfall of 22 billion. Mr. Speaker, the committee held a total of 12 sittings to deliberate on budget policy statement and made several observations, which include the proposed revenue mobilization strategy as contained in the budget policy statement for 2025-2026 is similar with the one that they proposed in 2024-2025 budget policy statement, which raises concern about the effectiveness of these initiatives in regard to expected robust revenue performance as projected by the BPS. Mr. Speaker, the planned borrowing of 684.2 billion from the domestic market and 146.8 from the external sources to finance the projected budget deficit of 831 billion for financial year 2025-2026 may lead to crowding out private sector lending, as banks will prefer lending to government over the private sector, which also poses a major risk to the private businesses in the country. The most preferable situation is that of larger borrowing from the international lenders and limit the borrowing from the local market. Mr. Speaker, sir, the ordinary revenue is projected to grow by about 10%, which is an increase of 259.1 billion. However, despite this overall growth, the county equitable share for financial year 2025-2026 is proposed to increase by a paltry 17.7 billion. Mr. Speaker, in December 2024, the Intergovernmental Relations Technical Committee, IGRTC, identified and delineated and transferred several functions to county government. However, the budget policy statement 2025 does not outline a framework for allocating and resources to the transferred functions, which is necessary resources to support these functions. The absence of clear policy direction contradicts the principle that resources follow functions, potentially hindering effective service delivery at the county level. Mr. Speaker, the government intends to scale up funding for road sector, including financing and settlement of pending bills. The road sector, as you know, is very, very key to mobility and economic performance of this country. However, Mr. Speaker, there are limited finances and there has been accrued pending bills by both levels of government. However, in this regard, the budget policy statement has not brought out that aspect of the clarity on the borrowing. That is the infrastructure bond that is intended to be floated, that to be financed by about the 7 shillings per litre increase that was projected for the road to be able to settle the road sector pending bills. For the road sector, including using part of the RMLF as security to borrow and raise additional funds of about 175 billion to pay pending bills. Mr. Speaker, it's not only the national government that has pending bills on road sector. The county governments also have pending bills. The additional 7 shillings following the rise of the levy from 18 to 25 in July last year, and which is intended to finance the bond to collect about 175 billion. This major shift means front-loading the use of RMLF by accessing quantum amounts now and use the periodic collection to offset the facility. Mr. Speaker, the committee has recommended setting aside 13.9 billion from the expected collection of RMLF for financial year 2025-2026 and a proportionate amount as a share of the 175 billion to be able to also facilitate county governments to offset their pending bills on roads. Mr. Speaker, while recent cabinet proposal to merge Kura and Kera is a step in the right direction, the budget policy document has not addressed itself to the issues relating to what that will entail in both those entities. Mr. Speaker, the committee made several recommendations, which include financial recommendations as follows. The county equitable share for financial year 2025-2026 be increased to 465.1 billion for the county government. Mr. Speaker, this is informed, and also the national government equitable share to remain, to be apportioned at 2,359,449 million. That the equalization fund be allocated 10.5 billion. That the additional allocation to counties be at 69.802 billion. That the commissions and independent entities that appeared before this committee have presented very justifiable reasons why some adjustment in terms of budgetary allocation is to be realized. The cumulative allocation proposed by the committee, Mr. Speaker, is about 2.4 billion for financial year 2025-2026. Mr. Speaker, the justification by the counties, by the committee for the proposal of 465 billion to a shareable revenue to county governments is as follows. The committee's recommendation on the county equitable share to be set at 465 billion is informed by consideration of the prevailing economic conditions in the country, such as general economic performance, expected revenue inflation factors, among others. Further, the committee took into account the non-discretionary expenditure from the national government priorities expected to be implemented by the counties. Mr. Speaker, the 465 billion is based on approved Division of Revenue Act number 7 of 2024, which contained an allocation of 400.01 billion adjusted by an inflation factor of about 4%, bringing that figure to 416 billion. This normally covers the additional growth in shareable revenue and general inflation in the economy. On top of this, the committee added the following non-discretionary expenditure to be borne by counties as follows. The impact of housing levy, which is legislation passed at the national level that has direct impact on the counties, amounting to 4.1 billion. Contributions to NSSF, which was enhanced, that translates to about 6 billion. Matching allocation on county aggregation industrial parks, which is a national government priority project meant to improve the market situation within the country, amounting to 11.8 billion. Matching allocation to community health promoters, which was a pronouncement of the national government, which is shared on 50-50, amounting to 3.23 billion.
Under the provisions of Article 223 of the Constitution of Kenya, Section 39 of the Public Finance Management Act 2012, and Standing Order 243, approved an overall increase in the total budget of the financial year 2024-2025 by Kenya shillings 113,797,235,344, in meeting the expenditure of the National Executive, Parliament, and Judiciary during the year ending 30th June 2025 in respect of the votes as contained in the schedule. There's an amendment.
Honourable Speaker, I beg to move that the motion for agreement with the report of the Committee of Supply on its consideration of the second supplementary estimates for the financial year 2024-2025 be amended by inserting the words subject to recommittal of votes 1173 and 1174, and also request Honourable Owen Bayer to second the motion for recommittal.
Before you second, go ahead. Go ahead.
I second the motion for recommittal. Thank you.
Thank you, honourable members. I propose the question, which is that the motion for agreement with the report of the Committee of Supply on its consideration of the second supplementary budget estimates for financial year 24-25 be amended by inserting the words subject to recommittal of votes 1173 and 1174. Did I put the question? Members, I now put the question, which is that the motion for agreement with the report of the Committee of Supply on its consideration of the second supplementary estimates of 2024-2025 financial year be amended by inserting the words subject to recommittal of votes 1173 and 1174. As many of that opinion say aye. As many of that opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Committee of Supply.
Honourable members, we are back for a very short two clauses.
Vote 1173, State Department for Cooperatives.
I propose the question that further to the Supplementary Appropriation Act 2024, the sum allocated to meet the expenditure for the year ending 30th June 2025 in respect of vote 1173 be reduced by a sum not exceeding 865,300,000 Kenya shillings.
Program being revised under vote 1173, Cooperative Development and Management.
I propose the question that the program being revised under vote 1173 as read out and the sums allocated in the schedule be approved. There is a proposed amendment. Who is moving the amendment? Mover.
Thank you, Chairperson. I wish to move an amendment in vote 1173, that State Department for Cooperatives, by deleting the figure 4,830,408,765 in column 9, which is the gross current estimates under the program 0304000, which is Cooperative Development and Management, and substituting therefore the figure Kenya shillings 5,330,408,765. Thank you, Chairperson.
I propose the question that the program under vote 1173 be amended as proposed. Oundo.
If you will allow, normally our practice that we need a little more information. She has clearly said she's substituting. We need to know exactly, specifically to the common mwananchi, what is it are we talking about? Because if you talk about cooperative development and management, what does it to mwananchi? What is it? Let the mover explain clearly and why.
Thank you. Majority Leader.
Chair, just for information, it's just an error that was there. Instead of reducing the vote by 500 million, it was reduced by 500,000. Typographical error that we are correcting, even the subsequent one that will be moved.
It is tidying up. Therefore, I will put the question that the program under vote 1173 be amended as proposed. As many as are of that opinion say aye. As many as are of a contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I now put the question that the program being revised under vote 1173 as amended and sums allocated be approved. I therefore put the question that further to the Supplementary Appropriation Act 2024, the sum allocated to meet the expenditure for the year ending 30th June 2025 in respect of vote 1173 be reduced by a sum not exceeding 365,300,000 Kenya shillings. As many as are of that opinion say aye. As many as are of a contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Vote 1174, State Department for Trade.
I propose the question that further to the Supplementary Appropriation Act 2024, the sum allocated to meet the expenditure for the year ending 30th June 2025 in respect of vote 1174 be increased by a sum not exceeding 2,433,580. No, I'll take that again. That further to the Supplementary Appropriation Act 2024, the sum allocated to meet the expenditure for the year ending 30th June 2025 in respect of vote 1174 be increased by a sum not exceeding 2,433,580,000 Kenya shillings.
Programs being revised under vote 1174, Domestic Trade and Enterprise Development, Fair Trade Practices and Compliance of Standards, International Trade, Development and Promotion, General Administration, Planning and Support Services.
I propose the question that the programs being revised under vote 1174 as read out and sums allocated in the schedule be approved. Mover to move amendment.
Thank you, Chairperson. I wish to move an amendment in vote 1174 under State Department for Trade by deleting the figure Kenya shillings 3,480,037,327 in column 9, which are under gross current estimates. Under the program 0309000, that's Domestic Trade and Enterprise Development, and substituting therefore the figure as follows: 3,280,037,327 327. Thank you, Chairperson.
I therefore propose the question that the program under vote 1174 be amended as proposed. I put the question that the program under vote 1174 be amended as proposed. As many as are of that opinion say aye. As many as are of a contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I put the question that the program being revised under the vote 1174 as amended and sums allocated be approved. I now put the question that further to the Supplementary Appropriation Act 2024, the sum allocated to meet the expenditure for the year ending 30th June 2025 in respect of vote 1174 be increased by a sum not exceeding 2,233,580,000 Kenya shillings. As many as are of that opinion say aye. As many as are of a contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. We are done with those two recommittals. Before we leave the committee, allow me to recognize in the public gallery this afternoon Sathia Sai School from Kajiado East Constituency, Kajiado County, Getuge Mixed Secondary School from Madhioya Constituency in Murang'a. Kindly join me in welcoming them to observe the proceedings of the House. Honorable members, I will call the mover to report progress. No, to move. Yes, to move reporting. Deputy Speaker.
Thank you, Chairperson. Honorable Chairperson, I beg to move that the Committee of Supply do report to the House its consideration of the second supplementary estimates for the financial year 2024-2025 and its approval thereof with amendments. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you. I put the question, which is that the Committee of Supply do report to the House its consideration of the second supplementary estimates for the financial year 2024-2025 and its approval thereof with amendments. As many as are of that opinion say aye. As many as are of a contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Be upstanding.
Hello, members. Chairperson of the committee.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of Supply has considered the second supplementary estimates for the financial year 2024-2025 and approved the same with amendments, and pursuant to the provisions of Article 223 of the Constitution, Section 39 of the Public Finance Management Act 2012, and the standing orders for 243, approved an overall increase in the total budget for the financial year 2024-2025 by Kenya shillings 113,795,235,344 Kenya shillings in meeting the expenditure for the National Executive, Parliament and Judiciary during the year ending 30th June 2025 in respect of the votes as contained in the schedule.
Mover.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the report of the Committee of Supply in its consideration of the second supplementary estimates for the financial year 2024-2025 and pursuant to the provisions of Article 223 of the Constitution and Section 39 of the Public Finance Management Act and 2012 and Standing Order 243, approved an overall increase in the total budget for the financial year 2024-2025 by Kenya shillings 113,797,235,344 in meeting the expenditure for the National Executive, Parliament, and the Judiciary during the year ending 30th June 2025 in respect of the votes as contained in the schedule. And I now ask Honorable Chepkonga to second the motion.
Mr. Speaker, I second.
Honourable members, I propose the question, which is that the House do agree with the report of the Committee of Supply on the consideration of the second supplementary estimates for financial year 2024-25 and pursuant to the provisions of Article 223 of the Constitution of Kenya, Section 39 of the Public Finance Management Act 2012, and Standing Order 243, approved an overall increase in the total budget for the financial year 2024-25 by Kenya shillings 113,797,235,344 shillings in meeting the expenditure for the National Executive, Parliament and the Judiciary during the year ending 30th June 2025 in respect of the votes as contained in the schedule. Well, members, that's a feeling, and therefore then put the question, which is that the House do agree with the report of the Committee of Supply on its consideration of the second supplementary estimates for financial year 2024-25 and pursuant to the provisions of Article 223 of the Constitution of Kenya, Section 39 of the Public Finance Management Act 2012 and Standing Order 24A, approve an overall increase in the total budget for the financial year 2024-25 by Kenya shillings 113,797,235,344 in meeting the expenditure for the National Executive, Parliament and the Judiciary during the year ending 30th June 2025 in respect of the votes as contained in the schedule. As many other opinions say aye. As many opinions say nay. The ayes have it. Next order.
Order number 10, the Supplementary Appropriation Bill, National Assembly Bill number 8 of 2025, second reading.
Mover. Does the chairperson last in committee, or is it the majority leader?
Honourable Speaker, I beg to move that the Supplementary Appropriation Bill, National Assembly Bill number 8 of 2025 be now read a second time. Honourable Speaker, everything that we said during debate on the report of the committee yesterday is what I would risk repeating today on this appropriations bill, because it is an exact replica of what we've just done in Committee of Supply. And Honourable Speaker, I will not have anything to add other than what I said yesterday. And in the interest of time, Honourable Speaker, just to remind us, including my good friend Professor Undo, that we have the iftar dinner this evening at 5 p.m. And therefore, in order not to repeat ourselves, I would urge that we do support this appropriation bill. It is just actualizing what we have done in Committee of Supply. So everything we say is just to be a repetition, Honourable Speaker. And with that, I beg to move and request Honourable Professor Undo to second.
Correct.
Thank you, Honourable Chair. I stand to second. As I second, I just want to put 2 points straight at home. One, we are fairly late in the financial year. I just hope and pray that the money meant for development projects will be absorbed, will not be lost or taken back. Secondly, we also just hope and pray that whatever has been appropriated, there will be adequate mechanism to ensure the money is not wasted and is not lost. Finally, Honourable Speaker, I want to ask Parliament, the National Assembly, through the Clerk's office, can they produce a popular version of what we have passed here today, so that the common mwananchi, wherever they are, they can internalize and know these are the changes, these are the projects that stated, the supplementary budget and the kind of things, so that we move with the people at the same time. With those few remarks, I second.
Honourable members, I propose the question that the Supplementary Appropriations Bill, National Assembly Bill number 8 of 2025, be now read a second time.
Put the question.
Members, I therefore put the question that the Supplementary Appropriations Bill, National Assembly Bill number 8 of 2025, be now read a second time. Will as many other opinions say aye? Will as many opinions say nay? Ayes have it.
A bill for an act of Parliament to authorize the issuance of certain sums of money out of the consolidated fund and the application towards the service of the year ending on the 30th June 2025 and to appropriate those sums for certain public services and purposes. Order number 11, Committee of the Whole House.
Members, please be upstanding. All members, this like the needle, this will not take long, and it won't be painful. Honourable members, we've got 4 quite short bills for the committee this evening. We'll start with the Supplementary Appropriations Bill, Bill number 8 of 2025. And, I'll request the mover of this bill to be alert. Who is doing this? Is this Majority Leader or Chairperson Lazim? Okay, so we're starting right away. It's just 1 minute. You can take your seat for a minute. All members don't leave. We're just waiting for the clerks clerks concerned on the bill. We shall proceed. There's a mic here. Oh, members, we are on the supplementary appropriations bill, National Assembly Bill number 8 of 2025. Yeah, we proceed.
Clause 3.
Members, I propose a question that clause 3 of the bill be part of the bill. It's an amendment. Order. I need your attention on this because we're going to have to vote. So therefore, put the question that clause 3 be part of the bill. As another opinion say aye. Aye. As another opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 4.
Members, I propose the question that clause 4 be part of the bill. Because there's no amendment, I put the question that clause 4 be part of the bill. Will another opinion say aye? Will another opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 5.
Members, I propose the question that clause 5 be part of the bill. There is an amendment by the chair. Clause 5. No, clause 5.
My card is, thank you. Honorable Chairperson, I wish to move an amendment to clause 5, and that is that the bill be amended by deleting clause 5 and substituting, therefore, the following new clause. The supply granted for the services of the year ending on 30th June 2025 in respect of votes R1014, R1016, R1054, R1091, R1112, R1162, R1173, R1202, R1203, R1212, R1311, R2061, D1032, D1065, D1071, D1094, D1104, D1109, D1112, D1122, D1135, D1162, D1176, D1177, D1185, D1212, D1261, D1332, and D2141 in accordance with the Appropriation Act 2024 and is reduced by the amount specified in the third column of the second schedule. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you. Members, I propose the question that clause 5 be amended as proposed by the Chair of Liaison Committee. I now put the question that clause 5 be amended as proposed by the Chair of the committee. Will as many other opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many other opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
First schedule.
I propose the question that the first schedule be the first schedule of the bill. I now put the question that the first schedule be the schedule of the bill. Will as many other opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many other opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Remember, I'll take that again. I propose the question that the first schedule be the first schedule of the bill. I notice there's amendment to this by the chair.
Yes, I have an amendment. Honorable Chairperson, I have an amendment to the effect that the first schedule to the bill be deleted and replaced with a new schedule which has been attached to your order papers.
Members,
Thank you.
I propose the question that the first schedule of the bill be amended as proposed by the Chair of Liaison Committee. I hope you've noted the first schedule. I now put the question that the first schedule to the bill be amended as proposed by the Chair of Liaison Committee. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of that opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Second schedule.
Members, I propose that the second schedule be part of the bill. Again, this is an amendment. It's an amendment by the chair. Chair?
Is that the second schedule or it's... No, I have an amendment to clause 2. I have an amendment to clause 2.
You got an amendment to the second schedule.
Oh, yes, I do have it. Honorable Chairperson, I have an amendment to the second schedule, which is to the effect that the second schedule to the bill be amended and replaced with the following schedule. And that second schedule, new second schedule, is also attached to our order paper.
Members, I hope you note the second schedule as attached in the order paper. I therefore propose the question that the second schedule be amended as proposed by the Chair of Liaison Committee. Members, I put the question that the second schedule be amended as proposed by the Chair of Liaison Committee. Will as many of the opinion say aye? Will as many of the opinion say nay? Ayes have it.
Clause 2.
Members, I propose the question that clause 2 be part of the bill. The Honorable Chair.
Honorable Chairperson, I wish to make an amendment to clause 2, and that is to the effect that clause 2 of the bill be amended by deleting the expression 122,428,974,419 shillings, which is appearing before the words the sum of, and substituting thereof the expression with this 141,974,194,096 shillings. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you, honorable members. I propose the question that clause 2 be amended as proposed by the Chair of Liaison Committee. I now put the question that clause 2 be amended as proposed by the Chair of Liaison Committee. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Or as many of the opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Long title.
I now... Members, for clause 2, I now put the question that clause 2 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of the opinion say aye? Will as many of the opinion say nay? Ayes have it. Honourable members, you realize that the amendments being moved by the Chair of Liaison Committee are all being moved under Standing Order 48, and I would like the Chair Liaison Committee to be on the on record on the manner of those amendments.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. I wish to confirm that the amendments that I have moved are in under Standing Order 48. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you.
Long title.
Members, I propose the question that the long title be the long title of the bill. I now put the question that the long title be the long title of the bill. Will have another opinion say aye? Will have many other opinion say nay? Ayes have it.
Clause 1.
Honourable members, I propose the question that clause 1 be part of the bill. Because there's no amendment, I now put the question that clause 1 be part of the bill. Will as many other opinions say aye? Will as many other opinions say nay? Ayes have it. We move reporting, Chairperson. The mover.
Honorable Chairperson, I beg to move that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Supplementary Appropriation Bill, National Assembly Bill number 8 of 2025, and its approval thereof with amendments. Thank you, Chairperson.
Honorable members, I put the question that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Supplementary Appropriation Bill, National Assembly Bill number 8 of 2025, and its approval thereof with amendments. Will as many other opinions say aye? Will as many other opinions say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members will not report. We'll move to the next bill, which is the County Government Additional Allocations Bill, Bill number 22 of 2025. And the Leader of Majority, I hope you're around. Good.
Clauses 3 and 4.
All members, I propose the question that clauses 3 and 4 of the County Government's Additional Allocations Bill be part of the bill. But there's no amendment. I now put the question that clauses 3 and 4 be part of the bill. Will as many other opinions say aye? Will as many other opinions say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 5.
Members, I propose the question that clause 5 be part of the bill. Chair, will I ask in committee? Majority Leader. Clause 5.
Honorable Chairperson, I wish to move an amendment in regard to Clause 5 to the effect that Clause 5 of the bill be amended in the sub-clause 4 by deleting the words subsection 3D and E, and substituting, therefore, the words subsection 3E and F. Thank you, Chairperson.
Do you want to explain in a second what it is?
You want me to go to the next?
No, what the amendment is about?
Yes, it was just correction of the
topographical errors.
Yes.
Members, I propose the question that clause 5 be amended as proposed by the Chair of Liaison Committee. And I now put the question that clause 5 be amended as proposed by the Chair of Liaison Committee. Will as many other opinions say aye? Will as many other opinions say nay? The ayes have it. Members, I now put the question, therefore, that clause 5 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many other opinions say nay? The ayes have it.
Clauses 6, 7, and 8.
Honorable members, I propose the question that clauses 6, 7, and 8 be part of the bill. Because there's no amendments, I therefore put the question that clauses 6, 7, and 8 be part of the bill. Will as many other opinions say aye? Will as many of court opinions say nay? The ayes have it.
First schedule.
Honorable members, I propose the question that the first schedule be the first schedule of the bill. Chair Liaison Committee, one amendment to this.
Thank you, Chairperson. I wish to move an amendment on the first schedule, which is to the effect that the first schedule to the bill be deleted and replaced with the following new schedule, which is on our order paper.
All members, I propose the question that the first schedule of the bill be amended as proposed by the Chair of Liaison Committee. I put the question that the first schedule to the bill be amended as proposed by the Chair of Liaison Committee. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of the opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Second schedule.
I propose the question, members, that the second schedule be the second schedule of the bill. There's no amendment to it, so I put the question that the second schedule be the second schedule of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will those of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Third schedule.
Members, I propose the question that the third schedule be the third schedule of the bill. Honorable Chair, it's an amendment.
It's an amendment, yes. Thank you, Chairperson. I wish to move an amendment of the third schedule to the effect that the third schedule to the bill be deleted and replaced with the following with a new schedule that is on the order paper.
Members, I propose the
Chairperson.
question that the third schedule of the bill be amended as proposed by the Chair Liaison Committee. Are you sure about that? Yes. I put the question, member, therefore, that the third schedule of the bill be amended as proposed by the Chair Liaison Committee. Will as one of that opinion say aye? Will as those of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 2.
Members, I propose the question that clause 2 be part of the bill. There's no amendment to it, and therefore I put the question that clause 2 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of those of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Long title.
Members, I propose that the long title be the long title of the bill. I put the question that the long title be the long title of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as those of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 1.
Members, I propose that clause 1 be part of the bill. I put the question that clause 1 be part of the bill. Will, as one of the opinion say aye? Will, as those of the opinion say nay? The ayes have it. We're moving for reporting. The mover.
Honorable Chairperson, I beg to move that the committee report to the House its consideration of the County Government's Additional Allocations Bill, National Assembly Bill number 2 of 2025, and its approval thereof with amendments. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you. All members, I put the question, therefore, that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the County Government's Additional Allocations Bill, National Assembly Bill number 2 of 2025, and its approval thereof with amendments. Will as one of the opinion say aye? Will as many of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Members, we will not vacate for reporting because we have the next bill, which is the Public Finance Management Bill, National Assembly Bill number 2, Bill number 2026 of 2024. Members, before members, as I have communicated, just stay where you are. As I have indicated, the next bill you're considering is the Public Finance Management Bill, National Assembly Bill number 26 of 2024. The Honorable Kaluma. Freeze. Honorable members, I need to give guidance on how we'll consider this particular bill, and therefore, before the House proceeds to the next order, which is the committee of the whole House on various bills, I wish to provide guidance with respect to consideration of the amendment to the Public Finance Management, Amendment number 2, Bill number 26 of 2024. Honorable members, as you are aware, it is now established practice Whenever considering any matter that has money bill implications, the House may only proceed in accordance with the provisions of Article 114 of the Constitution. For clarity, that article at 2 says that if, in the opinion of the Speaker, a motion makes provisions for matter listed in the definition of a money bill, the Assembly may proceed only in accordance with the recommendation of the relevant committee, after taking into account the views of the Cabinet Secretary for Finance. Honourable members, under Article 1143 of the Constitution, a money bill includes matters that contain provisions dealing with, inter alia, taxation, the imposition of charges on a public fund, the appropriation, receipt, custody, investment, or issue of public money, and the raising and guaranteeing of any loan or its repayment. Honourable members, the principal object of the Public Finance Management Amendment Number 2, Bill 26 of 2024, before this House is to amend the Public Finance Management Act, Act Number 40A, to align the timelines for the consideration of the passage of the Finance Bill by the county assemblies and the National Assembly. However, honourable members, you will notice that certain proposed amendments to the bill by the Departmental Committee on Finance and National Planning contain a disclaimer, as indicated in the supplementary order paper for this afternoon sitting. I therefore wish to guide the House as follows with regard to the manner of consideration of the various amendments. Members, I have analyzed the amendments proposed to the said bill and note that the new clauses 4F, 4G, 4H, and 4I contain proposals touching on matters listed in the definition of a money bill, pursuant to the provisions of Article 114, sub 2 of the Constitution. The amendments proposed the creation of a public sector accounting standards board as a corporate body, or as a body corporate. This will lead to additional public expenditure contrary to Article 114 of the Constitution. New clause 4H in particular provides that the funds of the board shall include monies appropriated by the National Assembly. In view of the recent Cabinet Directive dated 21st January 2025 on rationalization of state corporations, therefore, there is need to undertake further consultations on the establishment of this board. And as such, I direct that the committee of the House shall not consider any of the amendments that have been published in the order paper with a disclaimer. Honourable members, the bill will therefore proceed without referring to the proposed amendments, which I've said are new clauses 4F, 4G, 4H, and 4I, and will be considered as though the amendments have been withdrawn. This House is accordingly guided. I thank you. So, members, we start.
Clause 3.
Members, I propose the question that Clause 3 be amended, the Clause 3 be part of the bill. There's an amendment to this bill. The mover.
Honourable Chair, I beg to move that Clause 3 be amended as per the order paper. Honourable Chair, the amendment is seeking to align the provisions with Article 22(1)A of the Constitution, which mandates that all aspects of public finance adhere to the principles of openness, accountability, and public participation. Further, the amendment is seeking also to correct some clerical errors, Honourable Speaker. So this particular amendment is providing for public participation in the way the Auditor General carries out her mandate.
Thank you. Honourable members, I propose the question that Clause 3 be amended as proposed by the Chair of Finance and Planning Committee. I put the question that Clause 3 be amended as proposed. Will as men of that opinion say aye? Will as those who have the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Members, I therefore put the question that Clause 3 as amended be part of the bill. Will as men of that opinion say aye? Will as men of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 4.
Members, I propose the question that Clause 4 be part of the bill. Because there's no amendment, I put the question that Clause 4 be part of the bill. Will as another opinion say aye? Will as many of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
New Clause 1A.
Honourable members, these are new clauses, and so, as you are aware, we'll do second reading before we proceed with it. So, I now call the mover to I propose the question that the mover to move the new clause 1A for second reading.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that new clause 1A be now read a second time. Honorable Speaker, this is an amendment to the Principal Act by introducing this new clause 1A that will read as follows, that the PFM Act hereby refined as a Principal Act is amended in Section 23 by deleting the last 3 months appearing in subsection 1 and subtracting therefore with 2 months, Honorable Speaker. So what happens, Honorable Speaker, all government entities are required to submit their financial statements to the Auditor General for their audit within 3 months before before December, Honorable Speaker. However, these 3 months give the Auditor General too little time, because at the end of the financial year, in 30th of June, 3 months is July, August, and September. The Auditor General is now left with only October, November, and December to consider those particular financial statements, do the audit, require the accounting officers to do a management response, and submit to this House a report by the 31st of December. So this particular new clause is reducing the time in which these accounting officers are supposed to present their financial statement to the Auditor General from 3 months to 2 months.
Thank you. Members, I propose a question that the new clause 1A be now read a second time. I put the question, honourable members, that the new clause 1A be now read a second time. Will as many of the opinion say aye? Will as many of the opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honourable members, I proceed to propose the question that the new clause 1A be part of the bill. I now put the question that the new clause 1A be part of the bill. Will as many of the opinion say aye? Will as many of the opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
New clause 1B.
Members, I call the mover to move the new clause 1B for second reading.
Honorable Speaker, again, new clause 1B is similar to new clause 1A, and I find this is going to be consistent with so many other clauses for the same explanation. We're reducing the time for the submission of these financial statements from 3 months to 2 months. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that new clause 1B be now read a second time.
I propose the question, therefore, that the new clause 1B be now read a second time. I put the question that the new clause 1B be now read a second time. Will as many other opinions say aye? Will as many other opinions say nay? The ayes have it. Members, now that you've passed it, we go to make it part of the bill. I propose the question that the new clause 1B be part of the bill. I put the question that the new clause 1B be part of the bill. Will as many other opinions say aye? Those of the opinions say nay? The ayes have it.
New clause 1C.
Mover.
Honorable Chair, I beg to move that new clause 1C be now read a second time. Honorable Speaker, Section 68(4) of the PFM Act is only concerned with the recommendations in respect of a report submitted by the Controller of Budget. It is silent on the responsibility of accounting officers in implementing Parliament's recommendations in respect to a report submitted by the Auditor General. Further, this amendment, the proposed amendment is seeking to provide for time for submission of financial statement by public entities from to 2 months, Honorable Speaker. The fundamental amendment, Honorable Speaker, here is when the audit committees especially consider the reports of the Auditor General and make recommendations, there is no requirement in law that requires accounting officers to consider the amendments, the recommendations that are passed by this House. And that's why you find that in all audit reports, there is a recurring question, the recurring as report as at what happened the previous year, you find the same recommendation will be made the following year. So now this provision will now require the accounting officer to follow the recommendations that are made by this House after the consideration of the audited reports by the Auditor General.
Thank you. All members, I propose the question that the new clause 1C be now read a second time. I now put the question that the new clause 1C be now read a second time. Will as many of the opinion say aye? As many of the opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Members, I propose a question that the new clause 1C be part of the bill. I put the question that the new clause 1C be part of the bill. As many of that opinion say aye. As many of the opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
New clause 1D.
Mover.
Honorable Chair, I beg to move that new clause 1D be now read a second time. Again, this is a reduction of the same thing, reduction of from 3 months to 2 months.
Members, I propose a question that the new clause 1D be now read a second time. I put the question that the new clause 1D be now read a second time. As many of that opinion say aye. As many of those opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I propose the question that the new clause 1D be part of the bill. I put the question that the new clause 1D be part of the bill. As many of that opinion say aye. Those of opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
New clause 1E.
Mover.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that new clause 1E be now read a second time. Again, as explained, reducing the time from 3 months to 2 months.
I propose the question, members, that the new clause 1D, 1E be now read a second time. I put the question that the new clause 1E be now read a second time. As many of the opinion say aye. As many of the opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Members, I propose the question that the new clause 1E be part of the bill. I put the question that the new clause 1E be part of the bill. As one of the opinion say aye. Those of contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. I now put the question that the new clause 1E be part of the bill. As many of the opinion say aye. As many of the opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
New clause 1F.
Mover.
Honorable Chair, I beg to move that new clause 1F be now read a second time. Again, this amendment is similar to 1A, 1E, 1B, 1E, and 1F about reduction of time from 3 months to 2 months.
Members, I propose the question that the new clause 1F be now read a second time. I put the question that the new clause 1F be now read a second time. As one of the opinion say aye.
Aye.
Those of the opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Members, I propose the question that the new clause 1F be part of the bill. And I put the question that the new clause 1F be part of the bill. As one of the opinion say aye. Aye. Those of the opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
New clause 1G.
Mover.
Honorable Chair, I beg to move that new clause 1G be now read a second time. It is similar to the others about reduction of time from 3 months to 2 months.
I propose the question that the new clause 1G be now read a second time. I put the question that the new clause 1G be read a second time. As another opinion say aye. Those of opinion say nay. I propose the question that the new clause 1G be part of the bill. I put the question that the new clause 1G be part of the bill. As one other opinion say aye. Those of opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
New clause 1H.
Mover.
Honorable Chair, I beg to move that new clause 1H be now read a second time. Again, same thing, 3 months to 2 months.
I propose the question that the new clause 1H be now read a second time. I put the question that the new clause 1H be now read a second time. As one other opinion say aye. As one other opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I now propose the question that the new clause 1H be part of the bill. And I put the question that the new clause 1H be part of the bill. As many of the opinions say aye. Those of the opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
New clause 4A.
Mover.
Honorable Chair, I beg to move that new clause 4A be now read a second time. This new clause is also similar to the clause I read earlier that's going to require accounting officers to follow the recommendations that are approved by the National Assembly or by Parliament.
All members, I propose the question that the new clause 4A be now read a second time. I put the question that the new clause 4A be now read a second time. As one of the opinion say aye. Those of the opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I propose the question that the new clause 4A be part of the bill. I put the question that the new clause 4A be part of the bill. As one other opinion say aye. Those of the opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
New clause 4B.
Mover.
Honorable Chair, I beg to move that new clause 4B be now read a second time, again for the same explanation, reducing the time from 3 months to 2 months.
I propose the question that the new clause 4B be now read a second time. I put the question that the new clause 4B be now read a second time. As another opinion say aye, the other opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I now propose the question that the new clause 4B be part of the bill. I put the question that the new clause 4B be part of the bill. As many other opinions say aye, as many other opinions say nay. The ayes have it.
New clause 4C.
Mover.
Honorable Chair, I beg to move that new clause 4C be now read a second time, again for the same explanation, reducing time from 3 months to 2 months.
I propose the question of the new clause 4C be now read a second time. I put the question that the new clause 4C be now read a second time. As many other opinions of that opinion say aye, as many other opinions say nay. Ayes have it. I propose the question that the new clause 4C be part of the bill. I put the question of the new clause 4C be part of the bill. As many are of that opinion say aye, as many as are of the opinion say nay. Ayes have it.
New clause 4D.
Mover.
D for dog. Honorable Chair, I beg to move that clause 4D be now read a second time as per the order paper.
I propose the question that the new clause 4D be now read a second time. I put the question that the new clause 4D be now read a second time. As many of that opinion say aye, as many as are of the opinion say nay. Ayes have it. Members, I propose the question that the new clause 4D be part of the bill. I put the question that the new clause 4D be part of the bill. As many as of that opinion say aye, as many as of the opinion say nay. Ayes have it.
New clause 4E.
Mover.
Honorable Chair, I beg to move that new clause 4E be now read a second time. Again, similar explanation, 3 months to 2 months.
I propose the question that the new clause 4E be now read a second time. I put the question that the new clause 4E be now read a second time. As many as are of that opinion say aye, as many as are of that opinion say nay. Ayes have it. I propose the question that the new clause 4E be part of the bill. I put the question that the new clause 4E be part of the bill. As many as are of that opinion say aye, as many as are of that opinion say nay. Ayes have it. From the communication, the new clauses 4F, 4G, 4H, and 4I fall in limine based on Article 1442 of the Constitution.
Clause 2.
Members, I propose the question that Clause 2 be part of the bill. There's an amendment by the Chair.
Honorable Chair, I beg to move that clause 2 of the bill be amended by deleting the words PFM Act as substituting therefore with the words Principal Act. This amendment is arising due to the proposed amendment in new clause 1A. So it's a consequential amendment after we made amendment on clause 1A.
Members, I propose the question that clause 2 be amended as proposed by the Chair of Finance and Planning Committee. I put the question that that clause 2 be amended as proposed by the Chair of Planning Committee. As many of that opinion say aye, as many of that opinion say nay. Ayes have it. And now I propose the question, members, that clause 2 as amended be part of the bill. I put the question that clause 2 as amended be part of the bill. As many of that opinion say aye, as many of the opinion say nay. Ayes have it.
Long title.
Members, I propose that the long title will be the long title of the bill. I put the question that the long title be the long title of the bill. As many of that opinion say aye, as many of the opinion say nay. Ayes have it.
Clause 1.
Members, I propose the question that clause 1 be part of the bill. It's no amendment. I now put the question that clause 1 be part of the bill. Will, as many of that opinion say aye, Will as many as are of contrary opinion say nay? Ayes have it. Must we move for reporting? Mover, Chair.
Honorable Chairperson, I beg to move that the committee do report to the House the consideration of the Public Finance Management Amendment Bill Number 2, National Assembly Bill 26 of 2024, and approval thereof with amendments.
Honourable members, I put the question, which is that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Public Finance Management Amendment Number 2, Bill, National Assembly Bill Number 26 of 2024, and its approval thereof with amendments. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honourable members, we now move to the Insurance Professionals Bill, National Assembly Bill Number 13 of 2024. This is being prosecuted by the chair of the Committee on Planning, Finance and Planning. And Honorable Chair, are you ready?
Give me a minute.
Clause 3. Honourable members, I propose the question that Clause 3 be part of the bill. I put the question because it's an amendment. I put the question that Clause 3 be part of the bill. Will as many of the opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many of the opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Clause 4. Honourable members, I propose the question that Clause 4 be part of the bill. Mover, got an amendment?
Honourable Chair, I beg to move that Clause 4 is amended. Honourable Chair, I beg to move that the amendment proposed in Clause 4 to be dropped as per the folder paper. So I'm moving a further amendment to drop the amendment proposed in Clause 4.
Honourable members, because the amendment there is dropped, I now put the question that Clause 4 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many of the opinion say nay? Ayes have it. Clause 5. I propose the question that Clause 5 be part of the bill. Mover.
Honourable Chair, I beg to move that Clause 5 of the bill is further amended by deleting paragraph G. So I'm proposing a further amendment in Clause 5 by deleting paragraph G.
Honourable members, I propose the question that Clause 5 be amended as proposed by the Chair. I now put the question that Clause 5 be amended as proposed by the Chair. Will as many of the opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? Ayes have it. Honourable members, I now propose the question that Clause 5 as amended be part of the bill. I put the question that Clause 5 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of the opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many of the contrary opinion say nay? Ayes have it. Clause 6. Members, I propose the question that Clause 6 be part of the bill. Honourable Chair.
Honourable Chair, I beg to move that Clause 6 is amended by renumbering paragraphs B, C, D, E, F as A, B, C, D, and E. This is correcting a drafting error, Honourable Chair.
Honourable members, I propose the question that Clause 6 be amended as proposed by the Chair. I now put the question that Clause 6 be amended as proposed by the Chair. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Aye. Those of the opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now propose the question that Clause 6 as amended be part of the bill. I put the question that Clause 6 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Those of the opinion say nay. Ayes have it.
Clauses 7, 8, and 9.
Or members, I propose the question that clauses 7, 8, and 9 be part of the bill. And because there are no amendments to them, I put the question that clauses 7, 8, and 9 be part of the bill. Will as one of the opinion say aye? Those of the opinion say nay. Ayes have it.
Clause 10.
Members, I propose the question that clause 10 be part of the bill. Honorable Chair. Clause 10.
Honorable Chair, I beg to move that clause 10 be amended as per the order paper. This amendment is seeking to enhance the qualifications of the executive director to be in line with the Mwongozo Code of Governance and best practice observed in similar professional bodies.
Which executive director?
The executive director of the Institute of Insurance Professionals.
Wait, all members, I propose the question that clause 10 be amended as proposed by the chairperson. I put the question that clause 10 be amended as proposed by the chairperson. As another opinion say aye. Those of opinion say nay. Ayes have it. I now propose the question that the new clause, that clause 10 as amended, be part of the bill. I put the question that clause 10 as amended be part of the bill. As many other opinions say aye. As many other opinions say nay. Ayes have it.
Clauses 11, 12, 13, and 14.
I propose the question, members, that clauses 11, 12, 13, and 14 be part of the bill. And because there have no amendments, I put the question that clauses 11, 12, 13, and 14 be part of the bill. As many of that opinion say aye, those of that opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 15.
I propose the question that clause 15 be part of the bill. Mover.
Honorable Chair, I beg to move that clause 15 be amended as per the order paper. This amendment is seeking to cure a potential risk of conflict of interest given that both the registrar and the executive director are appointed by the board. The flow of the responsibility of the operations of the initiative may be affected if the subclause is retained in its current form.
Thank you. All members, I now propose the question that clause 15 be amended as proposed by the chairperson. I put the question that clause 15 be amended as proposed by the chairperson. As many of that opinion say aye, as many of that opinion say nay. Ayes have it. Members, I now propose the question that clause 15 as amended be part of the bill. I put the question that clause 15 as amended be part of the bill. As many as of that opinion say aye, as many as of that opinion say nay. Ayes have it.
Clause 16.
I propose the question, members, that clause 16 be part of the bill. Because there's no amendment, I put the question that clause 16 be part of the bill. As many of that opinion say aye, as many as of the opinion say nay. Ayes have it.
Clause 17.
I propose the question that clause 17 be part of the bill. Mover.
Honorable Chair, I beg to move that clause 17 be amended as per the order paper. This amendment is seeking to change the proposed composition of the examinations board to make it more effective and independent from the council of the institute or other sector players. It recognizes the need to have representatives of the Insurance Training and Education Trust and recognize insurance training institutions who are members of the institute.
Thank you, members. I propose the question that clause 17 be amended as proposed by the chairperson. Honorable Undo.
Thank you, Chair. I just want clarification or further clarification from the chair, specifically where he says one person nominated by the recognized insurance training institutions who are members of the institute. The practicability of the same, just give us a hypothetical scenario, because there will be very many. What mechanism do you think can be put in place to ensure that there's a rotational basis? We don't only pick from one place all the years. Just a clarification. So that's what outside there can start figuring out how to prepare themselves to get to the board.
Honorable Chair, most importantly, we have the amendments we have that this House has processed in some of those clauses are providing for ensuring strict adherence to Mwongozo directives. And again, the terms of this particular, whether it is the board members, has a term limit. And therefore, we're expecting that with the consideration of following best practice and Mwongozo guidelines, then consequently, and a limited term for those board members, then those board members would certainly serve on a rotational basis. And then most importantly, because this again will have to be voted. Of course, you'll find when you go to elections for the institute I belong to, the Institute of Certified Public Accountants, there is usually that need to find that rotation, and actually see it within these professional bodies. So I don't think it is a point of concern that needs to be made in law, because that will make it again too administrative.
Honorable Konga, the Honorable Oundo is informed sufficiently. Okay.
Sufficiently informed. Thank you very, very much, Chair. It is important to inform the Honorable Dr. Oundo sufficiently and adequately that what the Chair is seeking to amend is indeed very right. And you must be listening to the former CEOs like myself. That what the Chair has just done.
When were you CEO? and where were you CEO?
He was a CEO Kenya.
No, it's him who said, not you. No. Where were you CEO and when were you CEO?
I know you are well informed, Mr.
I'm not.
Chair. I was a former CCK CEO, the founder, in fact. That's why I'm in agreement with what the Honorable Chair has just said, because it is very important to have distinguished CEOs who can be nominated like myself, who are nominated to Global Leaders for Tomorrow in 2000. So this is what we are seeking to do on Dr.
Honorable Oundo, you have a distinguished CEO here. Well, members, I put the question. That clause 17 that clause 17 be amended as proposed by the chairperson. Will as one other opinion say aye? Will as those opinion say nay? Ayes have it. Members, I now put the question that clause 17 as amended be part of the bill. As many of that opinion say aye, as many of the opinion say nay. Ayes have it.
Clauses 18 and 19.
Members, I propose the question that clauses 18 and 19 in part of the bill. I put the question that clauses 18 and 19 in part of the bill. As many of that opinion say aye, as many of the opinion say nay. Ayes have it.
Clause 20.
I propose the question that clause 20 be part of the bill. Mover.
Article 20, I propose that the proposed amendment in clause 20 be dropped.
Our members, I put the question that clause 20 be part of the bill. As many of that opinion say aye, those of that opinion say nay. Ayes have it.
Clauses 21, 22, and 23.
All members, I propose the question that clauses 21, 22, 23 be part of the bill. I therefore put the question that clauses 21, 22, and 23 be part of the bill. As many of that opinion say aye, those of that opinion say nay. Ayes have it.
Clause 24.
Members, I propose that clause 24 be part of the bill. Mover.
Honorable Chair, I beg to move that clause 24 be amended as per the order paper. This is where we are providing for penalty. So we are seeking to enhance the fine to make it commensurate to the offense, where we're saying the higher penalty would act as a stronger deterrent against dishonesty in the registration process.
Members, I propose the question that clause 24 be amended as proposed by the chair. I put the question that clause 24 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will, as many of that opinion say aye, as many as the opinion say nay. Ayes have it. Members, I put the question that clause 24 as amended be part of the bill. As many of that opinion say aye, as many of the court of opinion say nay. Ayes have it.
Clause 25.
I propose the question that clause 25 be part of the bill. Mover.
Honorable Chair, I beg to move that Honorable Chair, I beg to move that clause 25 be amended as per the order paper. In 25(1), the amendment is seeking to remove the word accredited and substitute it with the word recognized. This is because the board does not have the mandate to accredit institutions. So we're saying recognized, not accredited. And then by deleting paragraph C, we are removing the requirement for insurance professions to need to be Kenyan citizens. For you to practice insurance in this country, you don't necessarily have to be a Kenyan citizen.
I propose a question that clause 25 be amended as proposed by the chair. I put the question that clause 25 be amended as proposed by the chair. As many of the opinion say aye, as many of the opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Members, I now put the question that clause 25 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of the opinion say aye, and as many of the opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Clauses 24 and 26 and 27.
I propose the question that clauses 26 and 27 be part of the bill. I put the question that clauses 26 and 27 be part of the bill. As many of the opinion say aye, as many as of the opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 28.
I propose the question that clause 28 be part of the bill. Mover. 28.
Honorable Chair, I beg to move that clause 28 be amended as per the order paper. This is providing for an opportunity for cancellation of membership at members' request.
Members, I propose that clause 28 be amended as proposed by the chair. I put the question that clause 28 be amended as proposed by the chairperson. As many of the opinion say aye, as many of the opinion say nay. Ayes have it. Members, I now put the question that clause 28 as amended be part of the bill. As many of the opinion say aye, as many of the opinion say nay. Ayes have it.
Clause 29.
Members, I propose the question that clause 29 be part of the bill. There's no amendment. Question that clause 29 be part of the bill. As many of the opinion say aye, as many of the court of opinion say nay. Ayes have it.
Clause 30.
I propose the question that clause 30 be part of the bill. Chairperson.
That clause 30 be amended as per the order paper. This amendment is seeking to make it an offense of professional misconduct for a person to continue in partnership. Practicing certificate has been cancelled.
Members, I propose the question that clause 30 be amended as proposed by the chair. Yes, the Honorable Muge.
Thank you, Chair. I want to support this amendment because, Honorable Chair, we've had a problem with professionals most of the time because of lack of inclusion of that statement that IRA or whatever other institute that is supposed to be controlling the profession is missing. So I support this, Honorable Chair, so that first, before we go to court, then they are able to deal, or the institution is able to deal with them internally as a profession. So I support this amendment, Honorable Chair.
Chair, in the principle, the amendment is okay. It's a standard principle, it's a standard amendment, a standard procedure in all professions. But what he made a reference to the fact that a professional, insurance professional, together with a professional whose license has been cancelled, is the one where this particular amendment is referring to. I'm just wondering, it becomes a bit tricky and it might be injurious to the profession, because how do I know that somebody's license has been cancelled? What mechanism will we put in place to gazette, announce in daily newspapers? Honorable Speaker, we have even in this country somebody knowing very well doesn't have a driving license and continues to drive. Somebody knowing that he's not even a policeman can go and establish a police station in his home. Honorable Speaker, masqueraders, imposters, fraudsters, we should not end up punishing somebody.
Honorable Wundo, there is a register of engineers in this country. There's a register of lawyers, a register of architects, and there's a way they are registered, they have to CPDs. It's a no-brainer. I put the question, therefore, that clause 30 be amended as proposed by the chairperson. Will as one of the opinion say aye? Will as one of the opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 30 as amended be part of the bill. Will as one of the opinion say aye? Will as many of the opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clauses 31, 32, and 33.
I propose the question that clauses 31, 32, and 33 be part of the bill. I put the question that clauses 31, 32, 33 be part of the bill. As many of that opinion say aye, as many of the opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 34.
I propose the question that clause 34 be part of the bill.
Honorable Chair, I beg to move that clause 34 be amended as per the order paper. Honorable Chair, the deletion of this clause 34 is making sure that the person, the profession who goes to the disciplinary committee Sorry, Honorable Chair, after further consultations, amendment on clause 34 has been dropped.
So members, based on what you have just said, I therefore put the question that clause 34 be part of the bill. As many of that opinion say aye, as many of the opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Clauses 35, 36, 37, 38, and 39.
Members, I propose a question that clauses 35, 36, 37, 38, and 39 be part of the bill. And because there's no amendments to them, I put the question that clauses 35, 36, 37, 38, and 39 be part of the bill. As many of that opinion say aye, as many of the opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 40.
Members, I propose the question that clause 40 be part of the bill. Mover.
Honorable Chair, I beg to move that clause 40 be amended as per the order paper. This is where we are saying in clause 3, the Cabinet Secretary in consultation with the Institute shall in notice under subsection 1 prescribe the procedure for obtaining a appropriation certificate to be followed by the insurance professionals who are in practice on the day of the commencement of this act. So this is like providing for a transition clause from when the Institute is registered on how these particular professionals will continue to practice and to get their practicing certificates.
I propose a question that clause 40 be amended as proposed by the chair. The Honorable Chepkonga.
Thank you very much, Chair. I totally support the proposed amendment by the Chair. The only thing that I want to add, for purposes of abundance of caution, that whatever the minister shall prescribe must be in regulations. It cannot be in any other form, in the form of a letter, or circular. That must be brought to this House. And thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. The member for Vunyula.
Chair, that's what we call in many places the Godfather Clause, protecting the status quo. And as the former CEO has said, we must have a system.
The former distinguished CEO.
The former distinguished CEO, young people of 2020, as he has said, that's a Godfather Clause, normally to protect the existing professionals, whether they have qualifications or not. But we hasten to add that in setting procedures as clearly put, they must be very accountable and verifiable procedures so that we do not carry along people of bad repute and people of low professional standards to the next new dispensation. Thank you, and I support.
Thank you, honourable members. I now put the question that clause 40 is amended. Clause 40 be amended as proposed by the chairperson. As many of that opinion say aye, as many of the opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Members, I put the question that clause 40 as amended be part of the bill. As many of that opinion say aye, as many of the opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 41.
Members, I proposed the question that clause 41 be part of the bill. I now put the question that clause 41 be part of the bill. As many of that opinion say aye, as many of the opinion say nay. Ayes have it.
New clauses. New clause 37A.
Mover. You move for second reading, right?
Yes, Honorable Chair, I beg to move that new clause 37A be now read a second time, that the bill be amended by inserting the following new clause immediately after 37A. The funds of the examination of the board shall consist monies allocated to the board by the subscription fees paid to the institute, examination fees levied by the institute against a person who applies to sit for examinations administered by the examinations board, and donations and gifts, endowments from lawful sources, and grants. Honorable Speaker, this new clause 37A is trying to provide for funds for the institute without having to be appropriated through the taxpayers' money. So this is a way of making sure that no government resources will be used in the institute, but then the institute will be set up by fees they're going to charge for the examinations and the membership fees.
Thank you, members. I propose the question that the new clause 37A be now read a second time. The Honorable Muge.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Before we put the question, I want to appreciate this, Honorable Chair. Considering the things that have been happening in the country lately, that we are amalgamating other institutions and we are removing institutions that have been previously funded by Exchequer, this is very progressive and it is in tandem with what we are trying to do as a country in order to reduce the Exchequer funding to organizations that can be able to generate their own income and be able to run their business. So I support this, Honorable Chair.
Honorable members, I put the question that the new clause for 37A be now read a second time. Will as many of the opinion say aye? Will those of the opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Members, I now propose the question that the new clause 37A be part of the bill. Honorable Wundo.
Chair, I totally support, and I want to associate myself with the statement, the direction from the Cabinet, that henceforth all professional bodies must fund their activities independent of government exchequer. So they can be independent enough to check the excesses of the government. Because all over the world, the professionals that check the government. If they are funded and they feed on the government, they have no moral authority to question and oversight the government. This, we should look at all the professional, all bills, all laws that establish professional organizations and quickly change the same to tie up with this style. Thank you, and I support.
Well said, members. I put the question that the new clause 37A be part of the bill. As many of that opinion say aye, as many as the opinion say nay. Ayes have it.
Schedules, first schedule.
Members, I propose the question the first schedule be the first schedule of the bill.
Honorable Chair, I beg to move that the first schedule be amended at the paper in paragraph 3 by deleting the words 2 years and substituting therefore with 3 years. Honorable Chair.